What's up, guys? Welcome back to Digital Dive-In, the proper gaming talk show where we dive into the latest news in gaming every single week. It is your boy, Mr. Monkey. With me today is SGK, or some Sith name that he's trying out. I don't really know.
Lord Sana.
Sith Lord Sauna, I guess.
Yeah.
We got kind of an interesting show for you today because yesterday we saw Techland talk a lot more. They gave us, I guess it was like episode 1 of, I don't know how many we're going to get, of Dying Light 2, Stay Human. That is the official title of Dying Light 2, Stay Human. And then we also got a I guess it was a PlayStation State of Play where they showed us 13 minutes of gameplay, basically the entire mission of Horizon Forbidden West. And we're going to touch on Horizon Forbidden West first, and then we're going to wrap up with just our initial thoughts on Biomutant, because I got the game. I streamed it on Tuesday. If you didn't watch it yet, please go check it out. Fair warning, the first 10 minutes, I don't have game audio because my recording messed up. I apologize. But it's an interesting game. Definitely one of the weirdest games I've played this year. Yeah. So we're going to start off with Horizon Forbidden West. We saw 13 minutes of gameplay yesterday. That was last night. It went live after the State of Play. I didn't watch the full State of Play. I literally, the only thing anyone was waiting for was this Horizon Forbidden West news. And
that was the only thing they showed. I don't think they
was it?
showed.
I didn't watch the actual show, so.
Yeah, that was the only thing they showed. That was about it.
Fair enough. But yeah, so we got to see 13 minutes of gameplay. I watched it because they put it up on the PlayStation 5 Explore page, and I found it there immediately. I just watched it right there and then and there, and it was super cool. They showed us legit gameplay. I really appreciate that they're sticking with the same art style that they used for the first game. They're not going the photorealistic route, which I actually really appreciate. We got to see some characters from the original game, like Aaron, and we saw some new enemies. We saw some new machines, some really crazy machines, and
Jurassic Park.
Seriously, yeah. And then we also got to see, I guess, a reveal that we're going to be going to a lot of different locations in this game. So, if you didn't watch it yet, basically they showed us just straightforward one mission of Horizon Forbidden West. Starts out with Aloy find one of the faction guys hurt and everything after an ambush. Yeah, she helps him a little bit, then she goes off to find these guys. She runs into a bunch of creatures or machines that basically look like velociraptors, which is kind of awesome. And then we see one of the raiders, who is another faction, riding one of these machines. And this is the first time we've seen the whole enemies can control machines without it being the corruption from the first game, because that's how they're doing it. In this one, it literally looks more like they're training the machines to fight for them, which is really interesting. And
dangerous.
Yeah, first of all, it literally gave me like Jurassic World vibes, like Chris Pratt and the Velociraptors. It gave me I was like, oh my god, is Chris Pratt going to be in this game now? We're just going to see him riding a motorcycle along with a bunch of Velociraptors? Shit. And then we see her take down a bunch of dudes. Seems to be a lot of focus on melee to bow combos in this game, which is really cool. Something we didn't get in the first game. It was more like each set was very separate in the first game. Like there's a definite break in how you played. In this one, there's much more flow. At least it looks like it, and I like that.
Yeah, the fluidity looks like it's there. So if you want to give your official opinion on it, you can go ahead.
Oh, I thought it was fucking dope. Like, I am so... This is going to be my game... I'm calling it right now. It's going to be my game of the year for 2021. Like, guaranteed. Like, I mean, just if nothing else, for the fact that we're going to see freaking war elephants. Like, oh my god. Like, and underwater shit. Like you can actually go underwater, explore stuff down there. You got like a little rebreather. I don't know if it has like a time limit or something. I kind of think it
You
will.
stay under as long as you want.
That's
They
so
they
freaking cool. That's so
they did
OP.
that.
That's so
Yeah.
OP.
But
No,
it's
like the
beautiful.
game looks freaking gorgeous. Aloy still is a total bae. Um, I love her to death. Not just because like she's not conventionally sexy, which I love. Like she's more attractive in like a savage badass way, and I'm like, yes, I love this. Let's do more of this. This is fantastic.
It's not that
Like,
it's not conventional. It's just not over sexualized.
yeah,
Like you
she's
can make
giving me
somebody,
super Lagertha vibes. If anyone out there has watched
yeah.
Vikings, like she's
Oh
giving
my
me
god.
hella Lagertha vibes, and I'm here for it because I love it.
Oh, I love Lagertha, yo.
Right? God.
Vikings was such a great show. If
Viking
anybody
Bay.
has
Viking
it,
Bay.
please watch Vikings.
But yeah.
It's good to like season 5 and then takes a little bit of a dip, but like
Yeah.
it's awesome.
But yeah. But no, with I'm calling right now Horizon Forbidden West is gonna be my game of the year pick because it just looks it literally takes what the first game did and just improves upon it incredibly. And you already know they're going to be able to deliver on this because of what we saw in the first game. Like it doesn't look like they're trying to do too much. Like a lot of games, they try to like super one up on the first game, and try to do something completely different. But in this one, it looks like they're just building off of the core mechanics of the first game and just doing it better, adding a little bit more.
I think it's really sad that that's a surprise. Like it's a
Yeah, well, like it sucks because too many games
sequel.
are trying to be too like they're trying to do too much.
It's only because like there's so many games. It's because when exceptional games and exceptional sequels come out, then automatically the bar is raised for the
Yeah,
standard and with the community. The
yeah,
gaming
exactly.
developers are still doing work within the means. It's the community. It's just like,
Yeah,
oh,
the
it's part of
community
the
the
last,
community puts
you know.
unrealistic expectations on the games. Then when they don't deliver, but we're going to talk about that, especially with Biomutant a little bit later on. But in terms of Horizon,
So
it
my
literally looks like they're going to be able to deliver on this, in my opinion.
so my thing is, Horizon was never really my shtick. Like I'll admit, it just didn't really vibe with me too much. I had the first game, I didn't finish it. I played like a quarter of it. I was just like when it first came out, I didn't even get it for like 3 years because I
Oh
was
my
just like
god, it's
the
one of
whole
my favorite. It's on my list of top favorite games of all time. All
I
right,
love the
it's so
story,
good.
the war is great, the combat's great, the music's phenomenal, but it just I don't know, it just didn't resonate with me enough.
That's
So
fair.
with this one, it's kind of the same deal. Like it looks amazing. I can objectively say it looks great. The one
Yeah,
thing that didn't make me want to get into and play it was the combat. It's way more momentum based. I love momentum based
yeah,
movement.
it does.
You're doing like Spider-Man, like Batman things. You're jumping
Yeah,
over
you have like a
walls.
little grapple now that you can use. You have like a little parachute, and you have like attachments onto your spear. It's like, what is
Yeah.
happening?
And the one thing that really got the supers. You have supers now.
Yeah,
Like,
right. You have some really crazy combos, and I love it when games like this use combos like
hit,
really interesting combos too, not just
like
basic shit.
hit, and then jump off with the slow mo arrow to the chest. I was like,
That was super
okay,
cool. That was dope.
okay,
I like that a lot.
yo. All right. So like that got me a little bit interested. But I can objectively say it's a great looking game. It's probably going to win all the game awards, which is annoying because I want the games I like to win some awards. I don't want like one game to like just steal the show, like with Red Dead or with Last of Us.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
But that's what happens with exceptional games.
Yeah,
Everybody they get the glory, and then other games that are also good, just not exceptional, kind of get left to the wayside, and that's where I like to dig them up.
that's
But
fair.
anyway,
Unfortunately, we still don't have a release date for this game. It just says
yeah,
2021. So I'm expecting it to come out closer to Christmas. Probably, I think they want it to be in the game of the year running, so it's probably gonna be November. I'm gonna call it right now. It's gonna be like mid-November. Much. Moving on to the next game announcement. Not really an announcement, just more about it. We got a lot of information for Dying Light 2, official title, Stay Human. Apparently, they're putting more of an emphasis on the whole you can actually turn into a zombie in this game because you're constantly injecting yourself with like antigen, I'm assuming, which
Yeah.
what like we got that in the first game, but then they completely pushed that to the wayside. Like they
Yeah.
basically forgot about that entire whole arc. They're like, "Oh
Oh,
shit,
like
you're
the very
infected.
end.
Here's your
Yeah.
you got infected. Oh, here's some antigen quick." And then like you have some tremors here and there, but then that's it. It's just
I
like
would say like every 5 to 10 hours you had a tremor, and that was it.
yeah,
And then
not and not even like more. It was focused on like you had tremors throughout the story bits of the game, and that was about it. It was just
yeah,
like what the hell? It was kind of stupid. But this game looks like this is one of the games I'm kind of worried about because of what I mentioned about Horizon Forbidden West, about them just improving on the core mechanics. In Dying Light 2, it looks like they almost completely redesigned the game and they're adding so much into this game. Way more that was in the original game. And that kind of has me worried that they're trying to be too ambitious with the game because we've seen how, this doesn't really work half the time. Now,
I
however, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I only saw like maybe 10 minutes of the 30-minute episode, but then I saw that, and then I saw the 7 minute run. It looks like they're just trying to make things more complex and more engaging.
Yeah,
Um, a lot of people, you always have those naysayers. Oh, this is so basic. Oh, that's so basic. Well, they revamped the parry system. They revamped the
yeah,
combat system, made it more meaty, made it
they
more
did.
satisfying.
I like it.
You
It
know,
looks good.
so it's just like I think they're taking the right steps. They revamped the parkour, all the solid things that made the game worldwide
Great in the first
renowned.
one, yeah.
Yeah, they're just upping it to the next level. Not too much to an extent where it's overwhelming, but I think it's like the right amount because this is a survival game.
Yeah.
This is an open world game, so it needs to be realistic but also really engaging for the players.
The
So
mechanics I'm not super worried about. It's more the other bits that they're throwing into the game, like the
yeah,
choices and the story
I was
and
gonna say I'm worried
all that
about the
kind of
story.
stuff. I'm worried about that part. I'm sure they're going to be able to deliver on the core mechanics of the game, the parkour, the combat, all that
Hmm.
jazz. It's the story stuff, it's the choices, it's how different these choices are going to make your game. It's that I'm really worried about because we've seen this again in Cyberpunk where they're spouting all this stuff about how you're going to make some crazy choices. It's going to change your game drastically, and it really just didn't. Like the choices you make in the game are kind of stupid, and they don't like the only choices you make really don't matter all that much. So
I'm just worried
I'm just really worried about that.
I'm just worried about the continuity of how this game connects to the first one. We know it's 15 years later,
Yeah.
but you're playing with somebody completely different. Actually, you can say what you want about the voiceover or about the character development of the first game. I really like the protagonist.
Oh,
I
I
think I'm
loved him.
really,
I loved him.
I really caring about him. He came in as a soldier. He saw what was going on, and then he questioned his government. He's like, "Why are we doing this? This is kind of not a good
Yeah,
idea."
I do hope we get to see him in some sort of way in this next game.
Like an Easter egg or something, because you're playing with a
Yeah.
completely different character that's from a different standpoint. And I was kind of hoping they would have kept going with the protagonist from the first one.
Well, he
Like
was infected, so regardless, they don't have a
he would
cure.
have,
So
yeah,
regardless, he would have turned
yeah. I
at
mean,
some
that's
point.
true, but you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
As soon as you get bit, there is no cure. There's like the antigen which suppresses it, but that's it. Anyways, Dying Light 2, they're throwing all these new mechanics in. They got a whole faction system. We kind of talked about this before. The Twitch video really just went into depth about this. I do like how they're making these zombies even more kind of like the I Am Legend vampires in the game, where they're mainly inside until night falls and then they all come out,
yeah,
and they actually threw another twist into going out because before it was just okay, you go outside and you go out at night, you get double XP, but that's pretty much it. There's nothing more to it. In this one, if you go out at night, there's a lot more reward because you can go into these nests that have this awesome loot that you can just take advantage of. But even when the nests are empty, there's still some like mutated dudes in there that you got to either kill or avoid. And it looks like way more tense than the first game was. And the first game was insanely tense.
It was.
I hated going out at night. It was terrifying. And this
But here's
one
the
looks even worse. And I'm like, oh my, because there's so many more mutated guys now. And it's like, shit, this is gonna be rough.
and here's the thing. The first game I did not go out at night too
Oh,
much.
neither did
I
I.
optionally
I did a little
and
bit. Once I got OP, I did, but
I
yeah.
love games that force you to play differently. Doom
Mhm.
Eternal did the same thing from Doom 2016 to Doom Eternal. It forced you to play differently, and this
Yeah,
game looks like it's doing the same thing. Where it's
exactly.
like I can already tell by this game, I'm going to be going out at night way more. Like
Oh yeah.
I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to get loot to get
Exactly.
better
I
things.
want that special loot, man. I want to see what's up.
And it looks like the
Man.
AI is going to be more sophisticated too, which
Yeah.
is going to make it more intense. And this time, I'm getting it day one instead of getting it maybe four. I got the first one maybe 4 or 5 years later. It was on sale for like $15. I was
Yeah.
not playing. I thought it was something fun to do at the time. I didn't even think about anything about it, and it became one of my favorite games like for PS4.
Once I see more about this game, I'm probably going to end up pre-ordering it. Like I'm also going to be pre-ordering Horizon Forbidden West. So,
Getting this day one means I'm going to be playing with people too. So
exactly.
I cannot wait to be
Exactly.
running around with you, killing
I hope they
zombies.
do the same co-op mechanics that they did for the first game because it worked so freaking well. So this game comes out December 7th, 2021, right before Christmas. We're going to be getting a bunch of more episodes leading up to the release on this game, probably one every couple months at least. Just because we still got a while until this game releases. So sit back, relax, enjoy all these teasers that they're going to be dropping between here and now.
They are flexing hard now after
They
3 years.
are. And for good
Finally.
reason. For good
Oh,
reason. All
nice.
right.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So
So,
nice.
last up, I know you guys have been waiting for it since the stream. If anyone watched it on Tuesday, Biomutant came out. I streamed it day one. I like it. I just want to come out and say I really do genuinely like it because it has gotten a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people have been disappointed with it. I kind of see where they're coming from, but at the same time, I kind of think they're being a little bit too harsh with it. My initial just first impressions of the game, this is the weirdest fucking game I have played in a long time. All right. From the character, from your initial character and the character creation. Also, what the fuck? To
Nice.
all the random ass names that are in this goddamn game. To the weapons, to the characters, to the monsters. Everything about this game is just freaking weird, man. I will say
I
this.
love it.
I love it too. I like how goofy it is. Some of it is a little bit too much, but I get it. They're Swedes. Let's be honest here.
This game reminds me of like a Disney Mulan kind of vibe. Like
Kinda,
it's like
yeah.
it's enchanted animals and the narration is kind of silly and funny, but
Yeah.
like still it has like a deep like meaning to what's going on and everything. The tree of
Yeah.
life and so
Really
it's
quick,
really cool.
really quick, I just want to say what I like about it, what I don't like about it. What I love
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it, the world is absolutely gorgeous. Goddamn gorgeous. All right. The grass, the trees, the rocks, the whole environment, the lighting, absolutely incredible.
Rock is so beautiful.
It is. It really is. The combat is clean. It is tight. It works. I actually like that there's no hard lock in this game because it makes it just flow so much better. The guns are really cool. They're kind of janky at times, but they're not horrible. The powers are super unique. I like them a lot. What I don't like about the game is basically everything else. So, the character models are very, very jank. They're really weird. I don't know. It seems like they put so much focus into the world of this game and then just forgot to finish the characters themselves. A lot of the enemies don't like the resolution for the enemies does not match the rest of the world. The the narrating is interesting, but it's wouldn't be my first choice personally because there's a narrator that goes through the entire game. He translates everyone for you because no one has their unique voices except for the light and dark creatures. They do. The missions are probably my least favorite thing about this game. They're so repetitive, so generic, so derivative, basic, just not great. Personally, there's some that are good, but a lot of them are just they're very dull. Especially the side quests from like the locals, they're just dumb.
Yeah,
They're just
I
stupid.
mean,
I literally did this one side mission for this
mm,
random woman in the village. She was like, "Hey, there's flies all over our fields. We need you to get rid of them because it's killing our crops." I'm like, "All right, that's a goodwill mission. That's cool." She's like, "All you need to do is jump in this thing, and make smoke to chase them away." I'm like, so you literally go over to this giant, like they call it a giant bellows. It's literally just one of those, air pumps that they used to have for the fire. So literally,
mm,
like she said, all you gotta do is position it and then jump on it to create smoke. Okay, so you get over there. One, you don't have to position it whatsoever, and two, you just jump on it once and you're done. I'm like, that's literally something anyone in your village could have done. Like,
yeah, but
it's
I'm
so stupid. It was one of the stupidest side missions I've ever done in my life. I'm like, this was the most pathetic thing in the world. Like, did you guys just give up? Like, what happened here? This is so stupid.
I
I'm
think they wanted
sorry.
I think they wanted to give side missions that weren't too complicated because
No,
it's an easy way to.
side missions are like one of the best parts about the game. Like the majority of the side missions in this game are just like collectibles. That's all they are. Like you go
They
here,
give you
you find
XP
like
and you level up.
yeah, but that's it. Like they're not actual side missions. It's like, okay, go find all these different chests. Okay, go find all
Mm,
these different parts for your mech. That's it. Go find all these environmental suits.
mm,
That's literally all the side missions. Then the local side missions are some of the most pointless things in the world. I'm just like, I'm sorry, it's so stupid. I'd rather just go out and like fight random dudes because that's
yeah,
literally what you do in this game. You just go around, fight random dudes, level up, beef yourself up, and that's it.
yeah. I mean,
It's
when it comes to video games and perspectives, it just depends on what you're looking to the game for. So my impressions, I played it for about 2 hours. I work a lot, so I didn't really
yeah.
get time to like dive into it per se. Which I will be doing this weekend on Twitch, streaming on Saturday and Sunday. Mainly Sunday from like 10 a.m. to like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m.
It's a nice long
um,
stream.
but so as soon as I got in there, my impressions of the video game are the mechanics fun.
Yeah,
All games are repetitive to some nature. So as long
sure.
as the repetitive nature is fun, as long as what you're doing mechanic wise is fun and enjoyable, you want to, and it's something you want to do forever. Like I could sit there and play Devil May Cry is one of the most repetitive games that is
Yeah,
most
but it's
popular.
also a linear game, so you can't really use that as an example. I'm like I would compare it to other open world games. So,
Well, I was just saying that like
Horizon,
it,
Near
well, I was just saying
Automata.
like the combat's repetitive, where it's just
Oh,
like,
I'm not talking about the combat. Like, yeah, I mean, this
but it feels
one,
good,
this game makes the combat not as repetitive because there's so many ways to mix it up.
right?
So I wouldn't really say the combat was repetitive. I'm just saying the missions themselves are insanely repetitive.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, it's like depending on like the world's beautiful, the world you
Yep.
like exploring the world, you like talking to people. So it's like if that in itself is what you're looking for, then the game is going to be something that you like. Now you have a lot of people that are like hardcore action people. You know, they want like constant action, constant, this, that, and the
Yeah.
third. So like it's not really that intense for people that are looking for that kind of experience. It's more of like a Zen game. Like I've heard people describe it as
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
Zen
I
game.
agree. I agree.
You know, so for people that are looking for like a chill Zen game, something that's really like more spiritual in a sense, kind of,
Kind of.
where you're just in nature, interacting with nature, trying to help out people, but it's not like extreme, like hey, take out this rival gang, type deal.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be for you. Also, I think what what path you chose is can determine what you do because I chose the evil path,
Of course you
but
did. So you're trying to
I
kill
chose
the
the
tree of
evil.
life? You're trying to kill the tree of
Yes,
life? That's fair.
yes,
That's
because
fair.
and I love how they throw shade on humans. It's
Oh,
so
they
great. They're like
really do. Like, hey,
so
humans
great
fucked up hard.
because that's exactly what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah. I
just
mean, the
like
game has heavy like environmental undertones. Not even undertones. The whole game is about how we screwed up our world, caused an apocalypse, and now history is kind of repeating itself in a way.
So I feel like I should just cleanse the world, keep everything
I
cool,
mean, that's
clean,
fair,
and
actually.
restart. So I feel like if you do the evil path, you'll have more side missions of yo, go take out this other people, go do this, go. You'll have a more
That's
aggressive
true. Yeah,
play
probably
style,
because the
probably.
light missions are like you're trying to like take over rival tribes. You're trying to talk with them, bring them into the fold, and
Hmm.
then even with the like the other rival tribes, like the dark tribes, you can still talk with them and try to make peace instead of just destroying them.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
I think I'm just gonna go full action John Wick on
Yeah,
everybody just
right.
to make it more fun. Everybody's like, I want to play the good path. Usually the good path's the more boring
I'm
path
play.
because
I'm just doing it more like kind of like chaotic neutral in a way. Like
okay, yeah.
I'm asking for money. I'm helping those that I can, but I'm like, hey, give me a reward though. Let's be honest here. Let's go.
I'm a
So
superhero that asks for
I'm
money.
trying to do just like somewhat light, which is gonna be annoying because like the way you get other powers and stuff is you max out
Diving
one
into
side
the
of the
stuff.
other.
Hmm.
So if you're doing it the way I'm doing it, it's going to take a lot longer to get up to those higher levels to get those better powers.
This
But
reminds me of
I think it just makes it a little more
Infamous.
fun. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, exactly. It really does remind me of Infamous. Biomutant, it's good. It's not the best game, and that seems to be a trend in 2021 so far with the releases that we've seen, even early 2020. So I
I
don't
would
know.
say I would say it's good, and subjectively, it's gonna your personal opinion is gonna depend whether it's an amazing game or not. It's an
Yeah,
amazing game to some people. Some people don't like it just because it's too chill. So
this
fundamentally, across
is
all boards,
definitely
it's good.
It's definitely a
Like
game that you can just turn off your brain and play, which is great for some people. Other people want like a more deeper, story-driven, open-world game. So if you're one of those people, hold out for Horizon Zero Dawn or Forbidden West or Dying Light 2. Anyways, guys,
yeah,
whether it's this story or anything else we talked about today, please let us know all your thoughts in the comment section below because this is where we're ending this episode. I know it's a longer episode, but we got a lot to talk about, all right? Anyways, guys, please, if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, you're not subscribed yet, what's wrong with you? Hit that subscribe button. We're doing a 200 sub game giveaway. So when we hit 200 subs, you get a free game. One
hey,
person.
maybe it might be Horizon Zero West. You never know. We're both making pretty good money
Forbidden
right now.
West. Forbidden
Forbidden
West.
Apple. It's Forbidden Apple. I'm sorry. Got the name wrong. Let us know what you want us to dive deeper in,
Exactly.
and then we'll see you next time. Go ahead and sign
Yep.
us off, Pat.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay excellent. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.